Hi everyone and welcome back to a little bit of Path of Exile. Yes, I'm back to the Arc Scion build. And yeah, do you know, sometimes you just have to step away from a build for a couple of days and suddenly you have the thought process needed to fix the problems. So, mana sustain has been addressed. This means we had a little bit to do on the skill tree. We did opt into reduced mana cost on our skill tree. And the mastery, I changed it from damage taken recouped as mana to reduced mana cost of skills. We still have to recoup from our Watcher's Eye though, so that doesn't... It's not that bad, honestly, you don't miss that. Now, with all that rearranging, I also unspec'd one node up here, and I'm currently missing Purity of Flesh. We would get this back on level 96 though, if we wanted to. Not sure if we will reach that, but yeah, so far so good. Now, I did also change up the craft on this ring. I had just max mana on here. This is now max mana and reduced mana cost, and I invested into catalysts who get the life and mana mods quality on both rings, as well as the amulet. On the boots, I opted to get 20% movement speed with the chance to gain onslaught, in combination with getting elusive on crits, right, or on kills. We gain a good amount of movement speed. Now, the base movement speed is now quite low. Take a look at that, it's 17%. That's not much, right? But while onslaught and elusive are up, it will feel very, very good. Shall we have the strong boxes on there? Yeah, sure, why not? No scarabs, just a dry Alkent Go map, basically, but just so you get a feel of how the build performs now. And yeah, we will deliberately not press the Enduring Mana Flask that I still have in there. I was just testing how much I need or with what I could get away with, and honestly, feels pretty good without the Mana Flask right now. Sure, you do still have the massive chunks that you take when you get the automation for Arcane Cloak going, and in situations like this where I know that I will be casting a lot, I will press the Mana Flask, right, just to help me out. But other than that, the mana sustain feels so much better, and yeah, 9k mana and almost 4k life actually is decently tanky. There is one big elephant in the room that I didn't fix so far, which is the chaos resistance is not capped, it's basically still negative. I remember, yeah, we are minus 28%, which that, honestly, not the way to go. So that's something that I would need to fix if I would do other content than just basic maps, right? At the moment though, I'm just mapping and building up gold, having a good amount of fun, just go through some content that spawns. Now, legions I usually would skip, but they are just too much fun to not do, even though they are much more profitable when I'm on the actual Atlas tree that I have for legions. But you know what? Just so you see how fun legions can be with this build, even if you're not not on that Atlas at the moment, they're still good fun. So yeah, let me check the map real quick. Good. Going into the right direction, which is fine. Just because I have a big need for gold right now, which is why I'm using a gold flask at the moment, which just triggers when I hit a rare or unique enemy. Yeah, so that just allows me to get more gold off the rares. It's not much, but every little bit helps, basically, so... Let me drop a map somewhere. Here it's a cemetery, perfect. So yeah, as you can see, mana sustain much more comfy now, and as I said, that was pretty much my biggest concern while I was doing bosses and maps with this build before, so yeah, quite happy with it still. Or even more happy now, I should say, because that was definitely something that was a little bit concerning, right? So yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Really feels decent. Now I will grab the gold up there, and we jump into the boss. I will press my Enduring Mana Flask here, and oh, also, yeah, we're on 45% shock at the moment, so it's not the highest, but it's fine. It's still enough damage. It's still roughly 4 million DPS, so I lost like half a mil basically, without factoring in Culling Strike and stuff, right? So yeah, that's pretty much how the build plays right now. As I said, it feels much better than for that. And yeah, the couple of changes, as I said, changing the craft on the ring and just switching out the boots, that was a lot of fun. Now, as I said, I capped Chaos Res would do wonders for this build, honestly. I was also thinking about, instead of dual wielding wands, maybe get a shield, but then you would need a lot of points on the skill tree into block to really make it worth. And I didn't want to do that, so yeah, I stuck to the dual wand system here, and I'm pretty happy with the results. Now, as I said, there is room for upgrades. Chaos Res is one thing, but also like getting bigger mana rolls on gear. This is a tier 2 mana, tier 2 life, with double resist, but no Chaos Res, right? So we gain a lot of mana because we have int on this. Same goes for the boots, right? Int and mana. So this mana roll is tier 4, but because we have so much int on here, gives us a bigger boost. So there is definitely room to improve. Also, same goes for the rings, right? There's definitely stuff we could do. Still happy with my own craft here on the ring. I will just leave that as it is. And the wands could also be upgraded at some point right now. There is a prefix, so how I would search for new wands is definitely for tier 1 mana, tier 1 spell crit, right? So that's a prefix and a suffix. And then you can see here, you have an increased spell damage max mana craft on here. There is another hybrid for that on the crafting bench, which is spell damage and mana regen. So this could be an option if you do have an open prefix on your wands. And yeah, other than that, just get high crit chance, get high mana. Cast speed is very nice to have. Added flat lightning is very nice to have, right? And crit multi obviously always nice to have as well. But yeah, that is the updated version of the build. I have imported this one into Path of Building, and I have put you the link to the Path of Building into the description of this video. If you want to have a look yourself, feel free to do so. And yeah, it's the link is with my current gear, and I'm probably not gonna switch out gear now. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with this project. I will still use the build to just speed map. I just want to farm more invitations, more Shaper and Elder Guardian maps, more Conqueror maps, stuff like that. So I'm probably not gonna go back into Legions that much, except once I have a couple of Scarabs lying around, then I will probably do a rotation with like 10 maps or 5 maps or something like that, just farming some Legion again. Legions are a lot of fun, but they are also very rippy. Those rares can hit very hard, and if they get Soul Eater, which a couple of them do, yeah, you can easily get killed by that, so not so good for leveling up. But yeah, I feel like it is a very decent point where we are at, and I do quite enjoy the build how it is right now. There we go. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And as always, take care. Bye.